Right, so let's take a look and see. I kind of thought, let's do a reading in terms of what advice Spirit will have for you at this time. So if you're going through any challenges, any difficult time, let's see what advice we can get for you. So I'm using the Spirit of the Animals Oracle. I love this deck. And then we'll clarify with our Gilded Tarot Royale, right? So let's take a look and see what advice would Spirit like to offer at this time if you're going through a very difficult time. They're calling my attention to dolphins. Some of you may be seeing dolphins, right? Dolphins can be very playful. So some of you, the advice might be to be very playful right now, even though I know sometimes when we're going through stuff, it's very difficult for us to be playful. But do things that are going to bring you joy, in terms of maybe things from your childhood. Just things that make you, do silly, crazy things. When you're going through tough times, sometimes it's okay to just let loose and do something crazy and something silly and something spontaneous. I'm also hearing too that, you have friends, right? So there are friends who really love and will support you and will, that you can trust, right? They can trust you and you can trust them, and they will be more than happy to assist you at this time. So reach out, I'm hearing. Reach out. All right. So let's shuffle. That's just what I was getting intuitively. Ooh, okay. So right now, Spirit is saying that some of you are going through, and we got this message before, a regeneration period, right? I cannot make this up. I need to just stop using the cards and just tell you what I feel. Just go, just from channeling, because you have lizard regeneration, right? Look at that. And then you also have bee community, which is all about turning to your friends, your community, realizing that you do have trusted allies. And then you also have protectors. So you are being protected right now, right? And also too, for some of you to be in a more protective sort of energy in terms of, just using discernment in terms of who you share things with, in terms of what you're going through. And in this card is saying to spend time in nature, but there was something else that was trying to come through intuitively. And then as I was looking at it, because I hate to read the meaning of the cards, I like to kind of see what comes first, is then I lost it, right? Okay, so anyway, for lizard regeneration, it says, as a survivor, you are unparalleled. No matter what happens, you can adapt, right? And embrace your transformations. That's the other thing. Some of you are going through change. Some of you are closing on a cycle. We've been getting that message. And Spirit saying the advice right now is not to resist it, but to embrace it and just to go with it. Go with the feels. Wherever it takes you, just go with it. Write it out and know that you're going to come through this because you are a survivor, right? It says, put on your new cloak. Even if you're not feeling very confident, or even if you're not really sure in terms of where this new path is going to take you, just act as if, right? You are a master of regeneration. So some of it is very important for you to know that this is something you've done before, maybe even in a past life. You're very good at reinventing yourself. And so go with it, regardless of whatever the situation is. And then it says, be community. It says you are now a powerful creator. Your work blesses everything you touch. Be open to receiving sweetness. A lot of abundance is coming your way. You are the queen of abundance. Look at that. So this is beautiful. So just embrace the change, right? And good things are going to come forth. It says white stag protector. So I'm just going to read this as Spirit's protecting you right now. It says you are an old soul. Your best friend is nature. Use your intuition to take you where you want to go, right? So trust your intuition. Awaken to the powerful force within you. You are meant to create blessings with your magic. So you're already blessed, and you're protected. And so you're going through this massive change right now. And so I guess the advice that Spirit's giving is not to resist this change. And then here, bottom of the deck, you have personal choice. So it's like you already have the power, right? This is within you for you to decide what direction you want to go in and what qualities you want to embody. Because this card talks about, see, and then look, here you have goose inner knowing. So you already know. Trust the intuitive hits you're getting because it's guiding you, right? And it's accurate. It says, close your eyes for personal choice. What animal do you imagine? What strengths are they known for? What wisdom do they share? Embrace these qualities. So this is beautiful. So in terms of advice, you're already on the right track, right? Continue to listen to your intuition. Don't resist the change or any endings, right, that's happening, or closing of cycles, because it's meant to happen. And you're being guided and protected towards your abundance. So just trust your intuition. All right, let's clarify lizard regeneration and see what we get. Let's get a little bit more specifics. So here you go, Nine of Cups reverse, right? So Spirit's saying, listen, if you're in a situation you're not happy, right? It's not fulfilling you internally, you know, even if it's providing good material wealth, but you just feel like, I hear this might be shady or lacks integrity, or it's just overindulgence, or it's more in terms of feeding your addictions, right? So it may make you feel good today and tomorrow, but next week you feel like crap, and then that feeling just remains, and you're repeating a cycle. What Spirit is saying is this is the time to leave any unhappy situations behind, and to have confidence that you can start over, and that you're going to be successful, and again that you are a survivor. So it's just confirming that. Tell me more. And then look, wheel of fortune. So Spirit's saying don't resist this change. You know, some of this is coming in as a result of the divine bringing you this change, right? So just go with it, because it's change for a reason. Tell me about B Community. Oh, that one came out fast. Yeah, look at that. Oh, let's cover her up. Her little boobies are showing. So right here you get Star, right? Star is success. That's a beautiful card in tarot. But it's also spiritual success. It's success that's being brought in by the divine, because you did the work. You've done the internal work. You've been working on yourself. You've been healing. And so now you're being led to your destiny, or you're being guided to something that's going to be very, very positive, make you very, very happy, right? You're going to feel like a wish came true, which we got that message yesterday. And it's just a lot of abundance, but I'm hearing spiritual abundance, but it's like your reward after doing wonderful, wonderful work. The divine is blessing you with this, because your energy now matches the vibration, right? That you could bring these good things in. Tell me about C, like putting down burdens, the 10 of Wands. Tell me about White Stag Protector. White Stag Protector. Let's clarify that one. All right, so here we have the Sun, which is beautiful. I love these cards. So you have the Star and you have the Sun. I mean, how much more positive a reading can you get? So these are blessings, right? This is clarity, right? You've gotten clarity. You've seen the truth. You've seen the light. Again, you've been working on yourself. You've been healing yourself, as we saw with the Star card. And now all this abundance is going to be coming in. All this happiness is going to be coming in. 7 of Cups. Remember I was saying 9 of Cups reverse, how you've kind of like moving away from any addictions, anything that doesn't serve you, which is the 7 of Cups. 7 of Cups, when it's reverse, tells me that any kind of illusion that you are in, any kind of delusions, right? Any sort of options where, you know, these weren't solid options. You've now made that decision, or some of you will soon be making that decision, to leave this behind and to choose things that bring you true happiness. Now, one of them fell on, ooh, 2 of them fell on the floor. Give me a minute. I'm going to grab it. Okay. Let's see what these 2 are. Yes, the Spirit's saying you know the truth. 7 of Wands. Fight for this, right? You have the higher ground. You will be successful. So even if you come up against opposition, right? Some people aren't going to like this change, aren't going to like this new you. Spirit is saying continue to fight, continue to stand your ground, continue to dig your heels in, because you are on the right path and you are going to be successful. Because here you have the King of Swords. So some of you may have already made this decision, you know, whether you've expressed it to others as yet. In your mind, you've already made this decision. You're very confident. Look, he has his sword up. You know, when the King of Swords has his sword up, he's speaking his truth. He's very clear. He's very determined. He's going to go after what he wants. And what Spirit is saying is some of you have already made this decision, and that they've been protecting you, right? And they're going to ensure that you have success. So yeah, I mean, this is beautiful, beautiful advice. I mean, I don't even know if some of you really need this advice, because the energy I'm getting very strongly is some of you have already made these decisions, right? Maybe now it's just putting them into action. And so this reading is just confirming that you're on the right track. So for those of you who've been going through a tough time, others may have been opposing this change, right? And telling you all the things that could go wrong and why you shouldn't do it. But you've been digging in your heel and you know within yourself that you're making the right choice and you're going in the right direction. Spirit is saying that you have a right to feel that way, because you are. So congratulations to you. All right, I hope this reading is helpful. Catch you next time. Bye.